Now is a very good time to invest in Vietnam. We have an economy that's growing about 6.5% to 7% per annum. We have a population that's 95 million people and growing. We have a situation where people are moving from the provinces to the city at a rate of 3 to 4% per annum. One of the key reasons that we have a tremendous amount of foreign direct investments from companies like Samsung, Intel. Intel has one of the world's largest plants in Vietnam. So the FDI investment in Vietnam is creating jobs and is creating wealth. As jobs and wealth get created, there's going to be a tremendous demand for services and goods such as healthcare, education, banks, properties, homes. These are the very sectors that we invest in. So in general, it's a great time because we have a growing economy, a growing population, and a lot of interest from multinationals to invest in Vietnam, creating wealth. Our objective is to identify opportunities that are not widely available to the general market. We enter these opportunities or these investments through what we call private equity structure, whereby we have the right to do due diligence. We have minority protections, as well as the ability to participate on the board or management. We aim to hold on to these investments for about a 3 to 4 year time period, after which we take them public through an IPO, or we sell them to a trade buyer. Our objective is to deliver a minimum IRR of 25% per annum. VinaCapital and myself, we are uniquely qualified to manage VOF because VinaCapital, as a firm, we are one of the largest in Vietnam. We manage almost $2 billion in third-party money. We have a very strong brand. We're quite large, well-recognized in Vietnam. As a result, we're able to source many interesting deals that are not available to the general market. Myself and our team, we are Vietnamese. We have many years of investment experience. Prior to me coming to VinaCapital, which was in 2007, I was managing money at Prudential, and prior to that, I was managing money at Dell Computers in Austin, Texas. So overall, we're well qualified to manage VOF because we have the experience, the brand, as well as the network to source great opportunities. The Vietnam Opportunity Fund is probably one of the best investment vehicles for investors to have access to the growth story of Vietnam. It is a diversified fund. It has exposure to the capital market as well as the private equity market. And further to that, is the only fund in Vietnam that pays dividend. It is a large fund, that means it's scalable. It will continue to grow over the next 3, 4, 5 years. The fund overall has returned 15% per annum. The capital market component of the fund has returned about 30% per annum against a benchmark that's returned 13% per annum. VOF has also generated over $226 million in cash over the last 12 months through great exits. In addition, investors can buy into VOF at a discount of 15 to 20%. So effectively, that means investors can buy into an undervalued opportunity and hope that over time, the discount will close and make a return in addition to increasing the NAV per share. Furthermore, VOF has great opportunities to invest in the equitization of state-owned enterprise in Vietnam, as well as a number of great opportunities in the private equity space. Our brand name is well known. We have a large firm of over 150 people. And so as a result, we are able to source opportunities from our network of business leaders, consultants, government leaders. Our challenge is actually to filter out some of these investment opportunities and focus on those that deliver a minimum of $5 to $10 million of profit or more, or revenues of $50 to $100 million or more, and to deploy about $20 to $40 million in each investment. And further to that, we also look for good managers. We look for a good management team. We back good management team. We help them grow their business over time, hopefully take them through an IPO or through a trade sale. So the challenge is really not about sourcing deals, but about identifying good companies with good management to grow with. We are investing in a frontier market. There are many issues that we have to face. From a macro perspective, we worry about the FX. That is basically the local currency devaluing against the euro, the pounds, or the US dollars. As you can imagine, if the FX or the local currency devalues, then our investments would degrade in return. From a micro perspective, at corporate level, we face the risk that the corporate governance is not at an international standard, and a standard in which we as an investor may be taken advantage of. So these are the risks that we have to face every day as we invest in an environment like Vietnam. How we minimize some of this risk, particularly on the corporate governance side, is that we try as best we can to participate at the board level or at the management level so as to reduce any of these corporate governance risks. In effect, raising the corporate governance level to an international standard. As Vietnam's growing at about 6.5% to 7% per annum, and as the population is getting wealthier and wealthier from FDI investments, we feel that there are many areas and sectors that are great to invest in for 2018. We're talking about sectors such as healthcare, education, financial services, banks, property, and these are the very sectors we invest in as well. And so we feel that a lot of the opportunities in 2018 lies in some of these sectors that will help provide the supplies or services for people who are getting wealthier and wealthier. More specifically, we see a lot of opportunities in the equitization of state-owned enterprises. So we will participate in the privatization of these SOEs, particularly in those sectors that I just mentioned, as well as private equity investment opportunities in those various sectors. So we see a tremendous amount of opportunities in 2018 in companies that operate in sectors that contribute or benefit from the growth of the domestic economy. The Vietnam economy is at an inflection point. VOF is trading at a discount. So this is a fantastic opportunity to invest in an asset class that is undervalued and participate in the medium to long-term growth story of Vietnam. We expect growth to be at least 25 to 30% over the next 3 to 4 years.